Scientists believe that aliens may have visited Earth in the past, but at that time, there were no humans yet. If we compress Earth's history into 24 hours, the Earth forms at midnight 12 a.m. Single-celled life appears at 4 a.m. Dinosaurs only make their debut at 10:24 p.m. Dinosaurs go extinct at 11:41 p.m., and not until 11:58 p.m. do the ancestors of humans just begin to learn to walk upright. And only in the last few milliseconds of the final second do we begin to live the kind of life we have today. In this long 24 hours, for the first 23 hours and 59 minutes, there was no human species on Earth at all. If an advanced alien civilization had come at 10 a.m., that would have been 2 billion years ago. If they came at 6 p.m., that would have been 1 billion years ago. Even if they had stayed on Earth for tens of thousands of years and established a prosperous colony, for the long span of Earth's life that would have been nothing more than a brief picnic. When they arrived, what greeted them might have been trilobites, vast forests of giant mushrooms, or wandering Tyrannosaurus rexes, but not us. They might have taken one look at this vibrant blue planet with no signs of intelligence, collected a few samples, labeled it habitable but unintelligent, then started their engines and quietly departed. And hundreds of millions of years later, when our ancestors finally came down from the trees, any traces those visitors left behind would have long since vanished into dust. That's because Earth is one of the few planets in the solar system with active plate tectonics. The crust is not fixed. It is constantly being renewed like a conveyor belt. Every 100 to 200 million years, the oceanic crust sinks into the mantle through subduction zones, where it is melted by temperatures of several thousand degrees and turned back into magma. So if aliens had built a base by the coast or on the seafloor 200 million years ago, that base, along with the entire continental shelf it sat on, would by now have become nothing more than a wisp of smoke deep in the mantle. Even structures built on land cannot escape the grinding of wind and glaciers. Look at human creations. Concrete lasts only a few hundred years, steel will rust into powder within a few thousand years, and plastic will degrade or shatter into microparticles within tens of thousands of years. If aliens had built a super city like New York on Earth during the Jurassic period, after 150 million years of weathering, burial, and flooding, there would be nothing left of it today, not even debris. Geologists might only find a thin layer of sedimentary rock slightly enriched in certain metals and would never imagine that it was once a city. This concept of geological erasure has been formally named by scientists as the Silurian Hypothesis. If an industrial civilization had existed on Earth before humans, could we really discover it through the geological record? The conclusion is that it would be extremely difficult, even impossible. Once the time span exceeds about 4 million years, physical traces disappear completely. The only thing scientists could look for would be chemical fingerprints, such as isotopic anomalies. Industrial burning can cause dramatic changes in carbon isotope ratios, and artificial pollutants, synthetic chemicals that do not exist in nature, might leave traces in rock layers. If a geological layer suddenly shows high concentrations of rare earth elements or radioactive materials, it could hint at large-scale mining or nuclear activity. In fact, there have been such suspicious moments in Earth's geological history. For example, the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum about 56 million years ago, when Earth's temperature mysteriously spiked and carbon emissions surged. It looks strikingly similar to today's global warming, and to this day no definitive natural cause has been found. Of course, scientists would not dare to claim that aliens were responsible, but it does show that the rise and fall of an industrial civilization might appear in the geological record as nothing more than a thin, dark line. Since Earth is unreliable, where could evidence be preserved? Professor Mike pointed to a more promising direction. Look for places where nothing changes. Compared with Earth, an active planet where even rocks are constantly being recycled, other bodies in the solar system are like perfect museums. The Moon has no atmosphere, no wind or rain, and no plate tectonics. Armstrong's footprints could remain there for millions of years. If aliens left a probe on the far side of the Moon 100 million years ago, or even dumped a pile of trash there, it should still be lying there today, perfectly intact, perhaps just covered with a layer of dust. At the Earth-Moon Lagrange points, objects can remain stably suspended for hundreds of millions of years. There might be alien observation posts, or black boxes floating there. That is why, in recent years, astronomers have begun to take solar system archaeology seriously. What we are looking for is no longer just microbial fossils, but possibly the high-tech ruins of ancient civilizations. So, have aliens visited? It's quite possible they have, but when they came, Earth may still have been a sulfur-scented volcanic wasteland, or a swamp covered with gigantic bizarre plants. They didn't see brightly lit cities or the internet. They only saw a group of primitive creatures rolling around in the mud. This gives us a profound sense of emptiness, but also a deep insight. The loneliness we feel in the universe may not be because the distances in space are too great, but because the misalignment in time is too vast. Civilizations may be like fireflies flickering on and off in the long, dark night of the cosmos, but because the timescales are so long, we always miss each other perfectly. Perhaps on this very ground, hundreds of millions of years ago, another intelligent species once gazed up at the stars and marveled at the silence of the universe. Now it is our turn. We are not the masters of Earth. We are just sponsored visitors. If human civilization cannot endure, then hundreds of millions of years from now, the next alien civilization to visit Earth, looking at a planet restored to primeval forests, might also say, "Look, this place has a nice environment. It's a pity that intelligent life never arose here." So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember, we might not be alone, we might just be perfectly out of sync. If humans don't last, future visitors may only find forests and silence. But for now, we're the ones holding the torch of curiosity in this vast cosmic night. Stay curious and keep looking up.